Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reptile Room. Today is actually going to be before I put Ronnie in the outdoor enclosure. I actually want to give the plated lizard a chance to go roam around outside and just see. I just want to see how the enclosure works out for her as well, so I can maybe plan for next year to put the plated lizard outside. She's been really calm, so hopefully she's just going to chill outside, but we will find out here shortly. So I've got my latching lid box with some air holes in it, and this is how I'm going to take her outside, because I don't trust the animals to hold them. I feel much better about putting them in a latched container, going inside the enclosure, latching that door behind me, then letting them out. So that's what I would recommend as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get her out. She had a big meal yesterday, so I'm sure she's going to want to sit in the sun. And it's starting to getting close to 80 degrees. So I think it's going to be perfect for him. So her. I haven't really sexed her yet, and we're going to get into that probably later in this video. Well, so one thing I don't want to do is just reach in there and grab her out. You know, we're working on trust in the room. So I'm trying to bribe her with food to come over, and I got some new tongs and whatnot, so I will have to start working with her a little bit more to get her a little bit more comfortable with us to not run off. She got a little bit skittish, but that's not normally how she works. She just might see this box and say, "Oh, well, you're sending me away." When in reality, I just want to take her outside and let her get some natural light and really see what she colors up like. Come here. Whoop. Come here. You little munchkin. All right. So here we go, guys. Hold her up for the camera here, because we're going to work on sexing. She's boxed up. Let's head outside. Okay, so we're out here. I've got her in the box, and what I'm gonna do first is just open the box and let her kind of get used to, you can't even see me. I'm just gonna let her get used to being out here. So sorry for the shadows, but you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop it open, and then I'll be right back, and we will let her out, and we're gonna see what happens. She's actually pretty freaking big. She's gotta be probably 20 inches at this point, 18, 20 inches. So she seems to be okay like this, and you know, as you can see, I've got the hide box and this ramp and whatnot, but I don't think she's gonna do a whole lot of climbing, and there are no routes for her to escape. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and get her out of her box and just see what happens. I gotta admit, I am a little bit nervous about this, and I think grabbing her back and putting her in this enclosure might be a little bit entertaining for you guys to watch, but you know, please learn from my mistakes, and that way you can avoid making your own mistakes. Let's get her out. Okay, here goes nothing. What? I have a feeling she's going to get pretty warm and run around for a little bit, but here we go. Whoa. So we just got her out, and she ran off like a rocket. Ooh. This is the most room she's had to run. So I think this is going to be really good. Look, hey little lady. Don't you climb up there. Cool. So I think she's just gonna run around for a little while, and I'm gonna let her do that. Just gonna let her see what happens, you know? She's gotta learn as well that this is all good, and this is what she wants to have. A little concerned about catching her out, but there you have it. We're gonna put her back inside tonight because it's gonna rain and she is not gonna stay out here all evening yet, especially with Ronnie moving in here in the next day or so. I just wanted to talk about the plated lizard a little bit more in depth and some of my observations that I've been, you know, paying a little bit more attention to here in the last couple of weeks as I've been putting this together. So some things that I've noticed about our plated lizard is that it really likes to dig around, and I think that's pretty cool. It tunnels underneath some of the stuff in the enclosure there. So I try to give, you know, a thick substrate for pretty much everything in the room if you look around. So bioactive is the way to go, and there are some little insects in there, and I missed it pretty well, pretty often actually, probably once or twice a week. Pretty heavy, and then I just keep an eye on the overall humidity and touch it up, spray a little bit more, but definitely like once a week really heavy, and I actually notice it come out and try to, you know, just drink it as it falls off the rocks and whatnot. So some of the feeding habits that I've noticed is that it's not super open to a whole lot of foods. Like when it knows that I have dubias, then I mean it kind of only wants the dubias, but you'll see that. So that's always entertaining to figure out how I can get them all to eat different things and to just stay, you know, trim. They don't need to overeat, you know, they can get away without it. So I don't keep it super hot. You know, it definitely has a hot spot of about 95, 96 degrees. That's the same thing that I do for the rhino iguana. And really, the plated lizard just kind of stays off to the side and rarely really comes over and gets super hot. I see it get out and try to sit on top of things, but I don't really think it's sunning itself per se, but I do want to swap in a different light fixture and see if I can get a different result. I also wanted to look at sexing this animal. So I had picked it up earlier in the video, and I'm going to look at that in post and just see what I can see. I have taken some other pictures as well, and I believe it is a male. And I have been looking and getting some of my other information and updates from the reptiles.com. So I'll put the link down below to that, and you can check it out. They have a really good diagram and whatnot of what you're looking for as far as sexing the animal that you may have, if you're interested even. So I am, because I might get another one, and I was just curious to know what I had before, you know, taking that option. Feeding, you know, it really likes super worms, and it also likes the dubias quite a bit. We've been trying to get really pretty fun. So, you know, it's a different type of lizard. It's pretty cool to watch. It's pretty active, likes to dig tunnels, give it enough substrate and whatnot. And then go in there every once in a while and just kind of stir it up so that their tunnel falls apart and they have to dig it all over again. You know, don't do it all the time, but every once in a while there does need to be a restructuring. You can see that actually up in the back there, right here, is where the lizard actually climbs up and over and will hide behind the background. So if you're gonna do a background, you really need to ultra secure it down. You know, I didn't really mind if they would hide behind it. I offered it as another hide because it's just cocoa fiber, and ultimately I would like to get some of the rock inserts, the big urethane inserts that I've been seeing. So I've been holding out for those for a while, and I'm going to keep holding out for those. So yeah, well, you know, if you get an opportunity to get a plated lizard, you know, do it. If you have the feeders, if you can keep up on the feeders and everything, it's being relatively active. It does want to eat a little bit more often, or at least a little bit larger quantities, but you know, keep trying the other items like snails and whatnot. Try different types of snails. I think that's what I'm going to do next, because that was a recent thing that we tried. So the fish also, you know, hit or miss, but they're insectivores. Even greens, you know, try it every once in a while, but I don't ever expect him to eat any of that. So but each individual can be a little bit different and maybe a little bit pickier. I don't really know. This is the only one I've got. So yeah, you've just got to experiment and try it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's a little bit more information about some plated lizards, and there's a link down below to the reptiles.com, and you can check them out and read their sheet as well. Yeah, pretty straightforward animal, you know, bigger enclosure, you know, make sure you have a good hot spot and you're capable of producing, you know, up to 100 degrees. They will appreciate it. That is actually where the hot spot is, because I just gave this one some of the dubia roaches. And that's just where he'll hang out for a little bit and bask. So that's why I kind of want to change out this other light fixture, or at least add another one. So I'll definitely be experimenting a little bit more on this enclosure and maybe future enclosures with maybe another one. So yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, guys, if you like this stuff, and stay tuned, because I'm going to keep upgrading all these enclosures all the time. There are some actual enclosures to your immediate right now that I have not shown you yet. But I have posted a couple of pictures on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, links down below. Check me out on Patreon. Consider becoming a patron. I'm going to do a monthly giveaway on there for all patrons, all tiers, and yeah, it'll just be a random name drawing. So, thanks guys, enjoy, we'll see you next week. I actually had someone ask about the basilisks getting along with the turtle, And well, you can see here is the Reeves turtle, who's eyeing us kind of weird. And then just over here is one of the female basilisks. So, yeah, they all get along. I just wanted to let you know. Everybody hangs out together. They ask for food all together all the time. But yeah, they all get along.